I'm Calispeedway, singer, songwriter, producer, director, and I'm here with the musicdistrict.io, discovering new music and pioneering music's future in Web3, one broadcast at a time.
This month's Artist Spotlight, we shine a light on a remarkable talent who exemplifies the spirit of Web3 music. Her work not only reinvigorates our faith in the future of music, but also redefines the transformative power of artistic expression on fans and communities worldwide. Her career is a testament to her enduring impact on creativity, resilience, and her remarkable spiritual energy. This month, we spotlight Calispeedway Aka Getto ALien, a multi-talented songwriter, rapper, singer, screenwriter, producer, director, truly a Jill of all trades. Her path is illuminated by a deep connection to her creative spirit, Ghetto Alien, her guiding force leading her from her early days at the Cleveland School of Arts to her current success in the music and entertainment industry. Her music is one of faith, perseverance, and a relentless drive to share her unique gifts and her energy with the world. So don't miss this Artist Spotlight, where we are going to shower all who watch this spotlight with remarkable, positive energy that will transcend across platforms and all major devices. Enjoy this exclusive one-on-one interview in the Music District as we delve into this inspiring story of Calispeedway, aka Ghetto Alien, on this month's Artist Spotlight.
I do not stand in no lines. All of my chakras align. Give me the VIP. Don't need my jewelry to shine. I don't need my jewelry to shine.
Don't let them catch us. They hate free thinkers
I
like
got an
us.
eye on my mind.
They know I'm a Mac, but they PC me without 3 eyes. Then you can't see me out of test tube. I ain't talking TV, just invest you. That's the best collegiate, that's the highest up. And you gon' receive it, get to your point. Like a Chiefs TP smoking your joint. You a higher being, let that hate go. It is so freeing.
Is we free or what? Still got that stick by your gut. Still got the whips and big butts. Still rubbing salve on deep cuts. I know this sound like deep cuts, but we gotta get the message out. I pledge the music I've been devout. They can't break me, but I am
Bending now, guess my agenda's out. I think you should bow down. Got a big head like they said, but it fit the
free
crown.
from my past. Hell back when Kanye brought that pastel.
It's just gay now, had to drop the con. I might cause a scene, let the compass gone. If my
Pipe up, that's what I be on. Then I light up like a silent phone.
but don't call me nigga if your vibe is wrong. I walk up, walk like a pedestrian.
You know where you going?
Yep.
You know I'm going up.
If you beneath me, we can't keep in touch. I'ma talk my shit a little, not much.
Gotta put my city on. Brown ain't the only one good in the clutch.
Money I touch, never's too much. Luther said it best, we gone off with cuffs.
Game ain't prepared, we gone off the cuts.
Oh, Callie! Can you hear me?
Yo, what's good?
How
You know,
are you?
I'm running late and all that, but
Nah, it's okay. I am becoming such a huge fan of yours, and just learning about you just only a few weeks ago to where I am right now and listening to your music. It's amazing how fast music could change the world.
I appreciate you. I thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah, man. So I want to thank you so much taking time. This is Artist Spotlight. Every month, what we do is we feature the best Web3 artists that are up and coming, basically allocating our resources, our energy, and our time to get you further out there,
That's
because we
dope.
100% believe in you.
That's dope. That's dope. And it's awesome to hear. Thank you for having me on.
I did a lot of research, as much as I can on you, because I see that it goes all the way back to like 2020. But before I start getting into it, because I'm really excited, I am. Could you
Okay.
tell? Why don't you tell the world that's listening on all devices? Now we are on Alexa, all the smart devices, Alexa, Amazon, Fire TV. We're inside of the Decentraland metaverse, all thanks to our partners, you know, Vita TV, Metaverse Radio, IMU TV. And this network is community driven, hence Web3. And it's by working together that we are coming together in the effort to promote independent artists like yourself. So quickly introduce everybody that's listening and let them know who you are.
I am Calispeedway. I am a rapper, singer, songwriter from Cleveland, Ohio originally. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia now, and I've been doing this for a while. Screenwriter, producer, all around creative, to be honest. I love creativity. I love creative people. I love music. I love words. And I try to do as much as I can on each project that I produce. And that's me in a nutshell. I go by the Ghetto Alien. I can't leave that out, but you'll see.
Let's talk about it, right? So Calispeedway Ghetto Alien. Tell us a little. What's the AKA for? Tell me.
Well, the AKA, also known as, and I just got to be true to my true species. I'm not from this planet. I'm from a whole nother place. But, you know, I'm being well received here on Earth, and I appreciate it.
Right on. I feel you. I vibrate at that same motion. You know, but yet we are tethered to our, you know, our human device or devices. You know, I understand you also did some voiceover work, which I really want to talk about next, and even filmmaking. So, yeah, man, you're incredibly diverse. You know, how do you balance these creative outlets, and how do you focus on one over the other?
You know what? Balance is important. But what I try to do is go with what's driving me when I get up. So if I'm feeling more song driven that day, I'll get up and I'll focus on, you know, music or lyrics. If I'm feeling more screenwriting driven, I'll focus on dialogue or story or scene or background. It just really depends on what comes to my mind. But usually what gets to happen is I get to like use all of the talents in one project. For instance, like my energy video that you featured, I was able to like utilize like how I saw the sets and the scenes, and obviously I did the music, but I was able to get everything in one, you know, streamlined piece of art. And that's what I try to do. I try to incorporate a little bit in each song or video or script that I produce. I mean, to be honest, all of the words are jumbled in my mind. So it's songs, it's writing, it's poetry, it's all art. It's art. You take the word. It's all art.
Yeah, you know, it's so interesting because, you know, doing all those things, you know, producer, writer, you know, voiceover. At some point, you got to just label yourself as a creator.
Yeah.
You know, which you 100% are. And with that limitless destination of art, even though we may think that we're doing all these things, we're only trying to do as much as we can to formally express the art that we are envisioning in our minds. Talk to me a little bit about your like voiceover work. Like, how did this all started? Because I understand this happened for you when you were pretty young, huh?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I first got introduced to it in the 3rd grade. And that was just by way of a teacher coming to me and asking, did I want to record a book on tape for some of the students that were struggling with reading or words. And so they could use sight and listening when they're reading their books. So I was really just kind of carted into a room. This sounds crazy. I was carted into a room with a little tape recorder, and I just read a book. That was my first introduction to voiceover, which would then years later be called audiobooks. So that's how it started. But probably around 2010, I started honing the craft and taking some classes. Edge Voiceover Studio up in New York and LA. I was able to take a few courses with them, learn about sight reading or learn about alliteration, code reading, all of the things that you do. It's real, it's a lot of acting and voice acting. And so I took those type classes. And after that, it was putting together a demo and getting it out to a bunch of different agencies. And I landed one, Jake Purvis, that I've been with for quite some time. Yeah, we've been rocking together. And the biggest achievement in the voiceover world has been Nature's Bounty for me. I was able to voice some of their national commercial spots. And
Oh, that is so
yeah.
cool.
A word from our non-sponsor, Nature's Bounty. Live bountifully. And the Nature Bounty voice you hear in this commercial is the voice of Calispeedway.
Ready to shine from the inside out? Say yes to Nature's Bounty Advanced Gummies and Jelly Beans, the #1 brand for hair, skin, and nails, with 2 times more biotin to bring out more of your inner beauty. Nature's Bounty. Live bountifully.
And that's great. Now, that brings us perfectly into my next question in regards to licensing, because I feel like, doing voiceover work inside of commercials, right?
Okay.
And also getting your music played inside of TVs and commercials. Is there sort of that combination that works, or is it basically handled completely separately?
It's usually handled separately. When I'm doing voiceover work, I've never booked music in my voiceover commercials, but I have booked music on film and TV. So it has been separate from me in that way.
This whole Web3 world starts to evolve, right? So Calispeedway is going to be an NFT, and the utilities are going to have different voiceover, basic vouchers, or whether it be for music or whether it be for something like Bounty. And that would be amazing, because then you could start building up essentially your own coin,
Listen, give me all the ideas. Web3 has opened up a whole entire world for the creator. And I'm excited to be a part of it with the music. I do have a few drops. Definitely would love to bring the voiceover world into this space. I think all of the industries eventually are going to be touched by Web3 and the blockchain. But it was about 2021. Yeah, so not too long, but long enough. A lot has changed in the space since I've even got into it. I think when I got into it, I was about 8 months late from Board 8. So I was in the middle of that, and I saw how that project had gone, and the sensationalism around certain projects and things like that. I was able to see how that goes. I saw so many things come and go, as everybody has if they've been in Web3 from that time. But I have been able to be a part of some really solid projects. So, I'm still very hopeful for Web3, and we're very early still. And I believe, as far as mass adoption is concerned, but we're here and we're building, and that's what's important.
And that's the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Nothing ever is going to happen overnight, and yeah, there's so many people that have been a part of Web3, or even just our own lives.
Yeah.
People come and people go, right?
For sure.
And so, it's really just, again, I say this often, it's just being present with the ones that you're with in the moment that you're with them within.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's such a magic to that, right? There's such an organic power.
I mean, listen, everything's energy and magnetism. And once you can clear the way and really see, what's for you and start attracting that in, it's a whole nother world.
Yeah, let's talk about, because we were talking about energy, and I believe it was in that song that I was featuring where you had the chakras lined up, and I like that message.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That message, yes.
I like that message. So a lot of that message that I vibe with now, where does that message come from you? Your family? Do you pull it from your past? Do you pull it through life experiences?
You know what? That's my alien part. And I pull it from my spirit being. Man, high up information, but I'm here to make it simple for the regular mind to understand that we are much bigger than we appear, and we have much more power than we generally give ourselves. And if we can drive it home in the form of music so that people don't even know that they're actually being vibrationally transformed, that's the goal. Healing in a good way to your highest abundance without you even knowing. You just tapping your foot in your healing and you're humming in your healing. And the words are gonna hit you. What you were just saying, it hit me. And what I'm saying is gonna hit you because we're on that wavelength. But I want to bring it to everyone, just to give people something to think about. A lot of what I'm saying in the songs, I say, hey, are affirmations. You can look in the mirror and you can say these words, and you can feel, how you're affected by them. So, I mean, it can get deep, but at the end of the day, we're gonna make it creative, and music is healing on its own. So thank God for that, and we're in there with the message.
Yeah. I'm reading a book. Where is it? Oh man, you should check it out. It is fantastic. You want to talk about vibing? This is The Creative Act, The Way of Being. It's Rick Rubin's book.
Okay, yes, yeah.
I mean, I read this to calm my brain at night. But some of the stuff that he says is, listen to this. He says this in this. He goes, it's impossible, though, to know exactly what someone else is thinking. And if we can't predict how our own ideas will work, and we can't, how can we draw conclusions about what someone else imagines? The idea is really just to focus on the energy that you're putting out.
Yeah. You got to be doing it for self first. And I found when you're doing it for self, you will touch someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
he's right in that. I've caught his podcast a few times. Tetragrammaton.
Yeah, this was which one? This was Rick Rubin.
Yeah, Tetragrammaton. He has.
Tetragrammaton. Yeah. That's the podcast on Spotify. Yeah. But there really is a gate, not even a door. I would say a gate, because it was there and you could always feel it and you could almost see past it, but you can never touch it. Doors, I feel like, are so solid you can't see. You're completely blinded. I don't think I was ever blind. I just felt like I could never reach.
Yeah.
Right? And now now I could touch. Now I feel.
Yeah. Well, it is a gate. I like you use gate. And it's open. It is open at all times. It's just whether you can get there and then get yourself through that. But as far as, the creative mind goes, that we're open. And even our thoughts and ideas, where they come from and how we pick them up. I like to think of it as like radio waves, and whatever you can, handle, you can hear. I mean, as you grow, you realize you had everything. You have everything, inside that you need. That's it. And that's what it's about. We just have to know that it exists so that we know that is a path that can be taken. Yeah. And that's it. Like I said, I'm here to simplify because everything else is already so complicated,
It's pretty cool. So speaking of the future, like future projects, you mentioned that you're in animation.
I have an animated project. It's funny that you brought that up. I have an animated project coming. It's a feature film. I've been working on it for years. I had to flush out all the ideas, the characters, everything. I had to partner with more talented people than myself to get it going. But I do have an animated feature film that I'm in the process of shopping around, actually getting ready to raise some capital for a longer trailer than what I have now. And I'm doing that through Kickstarter. So that's one of the things I got to finish up soon. But that is something I'm working on in the future. I have a short film entitled Dank that I'm going to be getting out to the masses soon. I shot it probably about 2 years ago now. Female stoner film. Creating, writing, producing. So this stems from some characters that I came up with a long time ago. And then it was just flushing out the story. So I'm taking the creator, producer, writer credit on that.
Oh, that's so great, Kelly. You're a special human being, 100%. You got a network. You want to get it out there. You want people to see it. Let's do. We could do an exclusive, a screening. We're partners with Vita TV, like a cable box for virtual environments.
Nice.
Right. So you get a wearable, and then you put the wearable on, and a cable box comes up. No different than what you would see on like YouTube TV or anything like that. And you can go through the channels, and essentially we're the MTV on their network. Obviously, IMU TV.
Yeah. We're gonna think of a bunch of places. I was just on with them yesterday, IMU TV, in their space that they were having on onboarding. I love what they're doing. I love what they're doing for the independent artists. I love what you guys are doing over here in Music District. I mean, it's obviously everything I need right now in the journey I'm at. So I'm grateful for it. I'm at the and it's a constant restart and a constant rebirth. And with technology moving as fast as it is, listen, we're all at the start and starting again. It never be finished, honestly. So I'm excited.
So with you being in like Web3 since I said 2000, like a couple of years ago, 2021, right? You said?
Yeah.
Have you released any NFTs or become a part of any sort of communities? And have you done any sort of like collaborations with other artists?
Oh man, yes. The short answer, yes, I have. So my very first NFT drop, Genesis NFT drop, was on Sound XYZ. It is a single entitled Three Eyes, and it is featuring another Web3 artist, Rocky Too Grimy, and a phenomenal producer, A Pork, who we met in Web3. And that was through the Culture Cards community that I met Rocky and A Pork. And the Culture Cards community has been a huge force in the Web3 space. This last year, Fred Frenchy, the CEO, put on a contest with the world-renowned Rodney Jerkins. So Rodney Jerkins has music on Web3. I don't even know if people are paying attention. Like I said, we're early. So some of this people are going to come back and be like, what? But yeah, so through the Culture Cards, I was able to partner with Rodney Jerkins and put out a project that was entitled The Culture Cards Volume 1. It was Fred Frenchy, and it was, 16 phenomenal artists. The music is crazy. You can go on Sound XYZ and listen to the whole project. But my song was Money on the Line. And that was my second offering to Web3. 2 NFT drops now, I believe. 2 NFT drops. So I'm on the blockchain, and I've even got something out now, a remix on even.biz. That's not technically blockchain, but it is a new platform that is allowing for independent artists to get their music directly to fans in an easy and accessible way. So shout out to everybody that is building in this community, making it so easy for the artists and the fans to connect. Because that's what the future is going to be about. We hear one word so much in Web3 that we cannot get tired of, and that's community, because that's what this is going to all be about.
1,000%. I've said it a million times before. Even the big name artists that come in here to Web3 think they're going to kill it, but they don't. They get frustrated because they bought themselves out of a community by doing a label, right? And they bought themselves a following. They bought somebody to go out there and push their music, and and such an old way, an antiquated way of doing it. So, I mean, this is definitely the future. I am all in.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to want to take your product right to the consumer. You're going to want to talk directly to your fans. You're going to want to connect with them so that you know how to better serve them. Everybody, we're in a servant capacity. If you're an artist, you're a servant. I know it looks different sometimes for others. It looks like, the artist is up here, whatever. But no, if you are an artist, you're a servant. Yeah.
Now, are those songs? Do you? Because I know on Spotify, do you have songs that are released that are not on Spotify, that are solely on chain?
Yes, so Three Eyes, the first Genesis drop on Sound XYZ right now, that is strictly on chain. The Rodney Jerkins drop, Money on the Line, and the Culture Cards Tape Volume 1 is strictly on chain right now.
Those are your favorite.
Man, I can't.
Come on, I know you're vibing on one of them. The first one that just came.
I mean, Money on the Line is an anthem.
Money loops never ending. I'm spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and money on the line. Get that flip, that spin, that money all the time. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Money on my mind. And it's a rewind. Money on the line. Get that flip, that spin, that money all the time. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Money on my mind. And it's a rewind. Money on the line. Money on the line. Money on the line. You got to upgrade me like the mama certain roomie. Send a car, Jay-Z, blue hue me, something nice and roomy. Deep down, I'm so glad I didn't do y'all like y'all do me. I done been through several new me's, but the rich one is the true me. Who me? Yeah, I am a bitch by her bucks. Numbers calling me 9 out of 10, it ain't zeros, I ain't picking up. I will knuck, don't play with me, don't press your luck. Guess it's luck, the money be spending the bluff. Money on the line. Get that flip, that spin, that money all the time. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Money on my mind. And it's a rewind. Money on the line. Get that flip, that spin, that money all the time.
You know what I mean? So I do love it, but you know, Three Eyes is our message, or the strongest. So like when it comes to songwriting, man, I'm all over. I can do any genre, anything. I do what the music tells me to do in that way, you know. So if I go on with a producer or the instrumentalist or whatever, and they love country, or they want to do some folk music, or they want to do some rock
You could
music,
do that? You could do that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because music is a universal language. I know the genres, you know, we're mixing all that up anyway now in the future. That's getting ready to be, you know, a lot of this will be genreless in the future because the music wants to become one again.
This is 1,000%. That's amazing. But you know, so when you're doing like voiceover work or writing a song, do you get into a different headspace, or is it just one headspace for Calispeedway?
No, I got 72 brains. Yeah, no. I have to click over and move around, but it just depends on what's, you know, like what's in front of me, like the task. And, you know, I just try to tackle it that way. The voiceover stuff is a lot of times straightforward, just depending on like the auditions I get or the scripts I get to read. I've done narration, telephony, commercial. So a lot of that is like words on the page that you got to try to make live through your performance of it and everything. The music, I let it take me. Yeah, I do what the music says to do. And that was a piece of advice I got from one of my favorite songwriters, Tidra Moses. I don't know if he's more her catalog, but like I got to meet her, and a piece of advice she said, write what the music tells you to write. And I stick with that, you know, and I was doing it before, but it made so much more sense to hear her say that about the crowd.
I feel you, man. Somebody told me something that gave me a similar feeling, was scratch the back of your brain. You know, and I was like, oh, you know, I feel that. Yes.
The music is going to go places that you may not go like immediately. So if you just allow for it to, like, you know, that beat or that riff or that melody, you know, and build upon that. At least that's my process a lot of the time. I listen to, you know, I get a lot of tracks from different producers. And so a lot of times the energy that they put in it I can feel for, and then that can like inspire me to, you know, do my thing. But it definitely for me is all about feeling and energy.
Yeah, I'm with it. I love it. I love it. And, I could feel it too. You could feel
Yeah.
it in the music, I
Yes.
mean, energy really transcends.
Yeah, for sure. It really does. More than people know. And I'm just excited to be aware, of it. And I'm grateful, to be aware of it and to be very intentional when I'm creating that way.
Mm. One of the things I saw, and I have your Instagram up here that people can
Okay.
scan their QR code. Oh, I did come across something about an Instagram jingle, Get Your Life Right, with
Get your
Alana,
life right
and
with
Alana's my
Alana.
sister's name, so
Oh,
I love
really?
it. Yeah,
Dope.
and you spell it with two N's, Alana. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yes. So listen, I told you 72 brains, 100 lives. Um, that was a segment that I used to do on Instagram called Get Your Life Right with Alana. And it was really just me venting. It started that way about me either being in traffic or at the grocery store. And I was letting people know, hey, get your life right. If you want to, if you want to be a good human being on this planet, put on your blinker when you're turning. Get your life right with Alana. You know what I mean? It was like that. And it started to gain, some attention. So I was like, wait a minute, this is like a show now. So every good show needs a theme song. And that's where Get Your Life Right with Alana was born. And I don't even remember how I came up with like the melody line for it, but it was get your life right, get your life right. And it was kind of, it just sounded like like a good sound, like a perfect theme. So that's really how that came about.
That is awesome, man. And do you still do that?
Not really. However, I am getting ready to relaunch. I got all of my clips that I did from the first time I started the segment all the way down to the last, which I don't even know when I did it, but I have them and I'm going to string them together and I am going to put them out probably on your platform.
And send it
Oh
over.
man, absolutely. So I'm
breezy.
Yeah, crazy you asked about that because I've literally been compiling that because people have been they have like asked me about it. They're like, hey, whatever. And I took all the clips offline. So yeah, I took them all off Instagram because I was doing a whole revamp and everything. But I know that content is king and you don't throw nothing away nowadays. I'm kind of the person who I don't want you to turn on my Instagram and my TikTok and my YouTube and see all the same thing. I kind of want you to be able to go here for this, go here for this. Just keep it interesting, always, giving the people something new and fresh.
Keeping it real. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's really what it comes down to. Who are your inspirations, that you sort of, as you were growing up, that you were listening to, singing, being like, yo, I could hit that note. Man. I could sing like this.
I'm going to tell you, I have so many inspirations. Music is the biggest inspiration first of all, because I listen to everything. My dad loves jazz and big band and, all of that. And coming up in that, I listened to everything. But when it came time to me to buy my own music, I was buying The Brat, Foxy Brown, Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott, obviously, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, everybody, like all of the heavy hitters. All the heavy hitters. I was brought up on all of that. I was brought up in the best time for music, the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, the 60s, the 70s, 80s, not like I love all that music. I have, influence from all of that music, pop rock and all of that. But when it comes down to like the hip hop, the bars, the beats and stuff like that, I mean, man, I came up in the time of like, like LL Cool J, Big Daddy Kane. That's what my uncles and stuff were listening to. So I heard that stuff. And then
I'm telling you, Callie,
got
it's
Nas.
so good. It's so good. It is so good. It's like this, man. It's like there's no place we ever got to go and there's no place we ever got to be because we're already at where we need to be. right?
For sure.
We're here right now,
Yeah.
you know? It's just putting what we're doing, you know, into the awareness of other people.
That's it.
You know, we've been doing this our whole lives,
Yeah.
you know, and it takes 25 years to become an overnight success.
Absolutely.
You know, you
Every
feel me?
time. Yeah, for sure.
So,
And,
you know, that's
and
awesome.
it's dope to, you know, to have those influences, because those people I named, like, they're still in the business. The ones that are still with us are still in the business. Nas is still doing his thing. You know what I mean? And it doesn't die. You know, it just gets reborn and rebirthed, and I'm just, again, excited to have that ability to create like timeless music that people can vibe with no matter, you know, what age. And that comes from the energy, you know, of the music and making people feel something when they hear your stuff, you know?
It's great. One of the things that we do here on Artist Spotlight is we take a few minutes where I ask an artist, yourself, who in Web3, another artist who you would like to take the time on your platform right here, right now, to promote someone else. It's called Artists Promoting Artists. That we could also help. We could also help promote them just the same and push this energy further down the line.
Man, are you serious? It's so many artists. I met so many talented people in Web3. Like I said, everybody on that. You guys got to go check out that Volume 1 tape, the Culture Cards Volume 1. On Sound XYZ. It's not available for mint anymore, but you can go and listen, and please do, because every last artist on that project deserves to be highlighted. We were strangers. We didn't know each other. We had Rodney Jerkins' music in common. We had the Culture Cards in common. That's how we met. But if you go and you listen to that tape from top to bottom, there are no skips. And it has such a synergy in it that it could.
All right.
You gotta listen to it because it's that. I mean, outside of that, man, you know, the heavy hitters in Web3, Rocky 2 Grammy's doing his thing. Sapphire Bardot, she's doing her thing. I have a remix with her. You guys can check that out too on even.biz. It's the Ride Your Wave remix. It's available right now. This is the remix.
What you thinking right now? I hope our frequencies align. This is a quantum love affair. We go from dusk till sunrise, yeah. All I know is that it feels nothing like I've had before. And I must say it feels good, so good,
So, do you want my number or nah? Will you wait for light years while I handle all of my calls? Is it 50-50 or I'ma have to get more? Are your lies exciting or you a bore? I don't really care, I just
care what they think or what they say. I just wanna ride, I just wanna roll, I just wanna ride your way.
I know Web3 has a lot of sleeping giants. So we really got to just keep our ears to the street. Let the dirt say amen.
Let the dirt say amen.
Yeah. Phenomenal artists. And like I said, these are all people that I met in Web3. So when you say who you connecting with in Web3, it's crazy. You guys want to tap in with them. And they have projects out or either coming out.
I know. Jump!
Pushing up onto the third floor of the shading side. Got a second pretty clear of the basement and the first floor.
Thank you, bro.
How come?
This feeling is unbelievable, you know? First time recording in LA. Inglewood. Compton, what up?
Hey yo, I ran up in the whammies like what? Stick 'em up, look I'm up, bitch I'm up. Look I'm up. Hey yo, I'm running in the Grammys like what? Stick 'em up, look I'm up, bitch I'm up. Trick I'm up.
Hey yo, I'm running in the Grammys like what? Stick 'em up, look, I'm up, bitch, I'm up. Black and white, this is us. And so many problems on my mind while riding down Rosecrans. Remembering the time I've been great. Fuck the goats, bestiality, been breaks. The league backs and people ask if Tim MJ. My seeds planted, trees standing, I've been straight. You can read my palms, tell your baby I'm Djembe, smacking over drums. BAC, all eyes on me. And now that the people watching, I gotta watch how I speak. Cause they think that I'm a prophet, but I ain't making the profit. Stop it, I'm not God, I'm just a comet. Rocket, my shit slapping, we at the Oscars. I took it easy, like I'm running straight out of Compton. Now look at Mimi, shooting J's, still Stevie Wonders, magic, putting pennies up in them baskets. Cutting fabric, costumes, cover the acting, just fucking tragic. Now the theater's full of addicts, panic, and I hope that you understand that I didn't plan it, and I'll never take you for granted.
You know, energetically where I am, I was able to attract all these talented folks. So it's a humbling place to be, but I'm definitely in that circle of talented people that are taking off. And there are no rules. The rules that may be held at artists in Web 2 are not here in Web 3. So age and look and sound and all that, it just goes away really. And it is about the energy and how people's music can make you feel in the art. I'm so happy that we're collaborating with visual artists, digital artists, and making these whole new worlds. LM Designs is a very talented.
Shout out to my girl,
do you know
LM Designs.
Man,
yes,
shout out
yes.
LM. We gotta say something about LM and what she's doing.
She's a beautiful soul.
Yes. Yeah, she's definitely a beautiful soul, very talented. She's working on some stuff with me. She's building out the mothership for Ghetto Alien over on Spatial and stuff like that. So it's a lot of things coming.
One of the other things I just wanted to ask is how do you balance? I think it's something that I start making a point of, like mental health. I think mental health is something that always needs to be somewhat put of a spotlight on, because I think it's something that people need to be more open to. And I think conversations like this let people know that they're not alone and that they're, and that, there's others just like them, So how do you manage your mental health? And you have children, you have careers, you're doing all these things, and it's got to be a lot of work for you, Callie, right? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
It is a whole lot. So I always take my moment, and I encourage people to take their moment, no matter what. And I say that if you got to be on stage in 2 minutes, take your 2 minutes. And when I say take it, you got to get centered, you got to clear, you got to breathe and just take a moment. Always try to refocus back on why you're doing a thing and be so patient with yourself. The creative mind needs special care because we don't get all of this, creativity and all this good music, words, lyrics, poetry, movement from nowhere. Like we have to go certain places to get that. So that same mind that gets you to those places, it's fragile too at times. So I'm glad that you're bringing up mental health, and I'm glad we can talk about it. Listen, everybody's crazy and it's okay. But the thing that is not abundant here on this planet, love. So I'm pushing that narrative, and especially of self. So you got to be very patient with yourself. And you can't dwell on your, past and your past mistakes. You can't dwell on how long you've been doing a thing. You just need to be present as much as possible. And that means aware of like what you're doing right now and what's working in your favor, not what's not working. And these are the practices that I use, and mindfulness, meditating, breathing. I know that these are things people are like, I don't know how to meditate, or I don't know how to get still, but it could be as simple as sitting in a room with your favorite music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, for me, I was one of those people at one point, right? And I got my degree in psych, so I was learning on thought stopping techniques, and I literally started with like a rubber band around my wrist.
Yes. Okay.
You know, just to start helping me be more present and aware. I mean, this started 15 years ago, right? And now I use my thoughts like that rubber band. Because sometimes if you're thinking, then you're not present. And if you're not present, then you're wasting the energy.
Yeah.
And so I use my thoughts as that snap. If I'm thinking about something, you ever see those people like you get into a conversation, they can't wait to speak?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing there. You know, like you're ruining what we have here, you know, or not giving what we have a chance.
Right.
Right. For because everybody's great.
Yes.
Everybody's important. Everybody is so special. Right. Think about what we could be together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
It's a push for the collective. I'm glad you're saying together, because it is a push for the collective consciousness, the creative mind. And I'm so glad to be involved with a lot of spaces. There's a space that you definitely want to tap into. It's called Artfully Fed. And that is put on by a man, Sapphire Bardot and Julia Rosita. And I think that's happening on Friday. And it's really dope because it's catered to the creative mind, and it is a mindfulness space, and it is a space about mental health, and it is a space about how to navigate, you know, in this world collectively, though, as creative people. Because we all think we're going through this thing alone, or that nobody understands what's going on. And it's just not true once you start to get open and out there and listening to others. And you're like, oh, wait, I'm not the only one feeling like that. I'm thinking like that. And it's,
because, you know, I was just telling my son the other day, I'm like, you don't know what this girl is going through.
Right.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Right? You're basing everything on how you feel.
Yep.
You know, and that, you know, and that brings us back to that quote, you know, that I mentioned before. Man, if I could find it, that'd be some synchronicity shit, because I randomly, here it is, page 158.
Yes.
I go, it's impossible, though, to know exactly what someone else is thinking. And if we can't predict how our own ideas will work, which we can't, how can we draw conclusions about what someone else imagines? Like, that is such a powerful thing.
Yeah.
Like, so much thought and energy is being spent or felt by what we think people think of us.
So true.
So but we don't even know our own ideas are going to work. How can we justify what somebody else is imagining?
Exactly. And it's all made up.
And to feel so much love and acceptance for people. I don't even think people could really get underneath my skin anymore. Because if they're angry or say something mean, that's more of a reflection on them than it is on me.
Yeah. And no, it's definitely is. And the fact that you know that already is helping diffuse anything else. You know what I mean? Because you can lead with love. You can see where they're at, and you can say, I used to be there and I'm not there anymore, but I understand, and I'm gonna give you grace. When I walk out the door, I only see me. And she said, what do you mean? And I said, when I walk out the door, I only see me. Meaning, if it's only me here, I treat me good. I'm patient with myself. I love myself. I can treat myself with respect. I don't have to honk at you right away when the light turns green. I'm patient with myself. You know what I mean? But it takes so much work to get there, because that's just not how society, you know, you get pressed so much. Yeah. And it's like, it can definitely be exhausting. And if you don't take a break, you don't get a break, you know?
Amen.
Yeah, you have to.
You got to walk away. I mean, the
Yeah.
walk away is as important as the hustle. So much love on that, you know. And my last question I wanted to ask you is what's on the docket for Cali by end of this year? You doing anything exciting, anything fun? I'm not talking 2 years, 3 years, because we're already here.
Oh, yeah. Man, more music. More music for sure. My headphones jumped off. You saw that. I didn't even plan that. More music. And more collaborations. More visibility for me. Because I know that's probably one of the things that, you know, has been lacking. Because I'm a quality over quantity person. I don't have to be on camera and screen and doing all this all the time. But I think now it is the time to get a little bit more visible and get, you know, a little bit more connected to the people so they can understand who I am and the message and what, you know, the plan for the Ghetto Alien is. And again, like I said, that's just to drive the collective conscious up. And
you know what, Kelly? I wish you nothing but the ultimate success. Nothing but positive vibes, love. You're an extraordinary person. I'm so happy that we got to spend this time together.
Man, me too. I'm forever grateful, man. Music District, IO, man. This is where it's at. The beginning of something very, very beautiful and very long lasting. I'm Calispeedway, singer, songwriter, producer, director, and I'm here with the musicdistrict.io, discovering new music and pioneering music's future in Web3, one broadcast at a time.
I need a camera click, then I'ma post my pic, post my feet. I cannot let them forget I am the shit. I feel my neck and my wrist. I need a camera quick, then I'ma post my pic, then I'ma post my pic. I need a camera click, then I'ma post my pic, post my feet. I cannot let them forget I am the shit. I feel my neck and my wrist. I'm making money on money calls. Then take a flick on my money phone. Money come, money come, money go. I gotta post it, put on the show. Get the light right, so they like that. Post a picture, then they write back. Get the light right, so they like that. Post a picture, then they write back. All of my followers, I should be modeling. I am a star on here, I'm going to Hollywood. All of my followers, I should be modeling. I am a star on here, I'm gonna post a pickup. I'm not ballin', how you figure? They keep calling, I'm on camera, I can't answer, but you'll see it when it go up. This the glow up, all my haters gotta show up. I know they sick, please don't throw up. Faces tore up, I'm gon' pull up. I need a camera click, then I'ma post my pic, post my feet. I cannot let them forget I am the shit. I feel my neck and my wrist. I need a camera quick, then I'ma post my pic, then I'ma post my pic. I need a camera click, then I'ma post my pic, post my feet. I cannot let them forget I am the shit. I feel my neck and my wrist. I'm making money on money calls, then take a flick on my money phone. Money come, money come, money go. I gotta post it, put on the show. Getting bigger, post my figure. They gon' like it whenever I post a picture. I'm that nigga, getting figures. Got a flying how I went from no one to attention center. Now I got them locked in like detention centers. 5-star hotels, Michelin dinners. Even post a pickup when I'm at the dentist. My media is social, so they won't forget this. I need a camera click, then I'ma post my pic, post my feet. I cannot let them forget I am the shit. I feel my neck and my wrist. I need a camera quick, then I'ma post my pic, then I'ma post my pic. I need a camera click, then I'ma post my pic, post my feet. I cannot let them forget I am the shit. I feel my neck and my wrist. I'm making money on money calls, then take a flick on my money phone. Money come, money come, money go. I gotta post it, put on the show.